It's always like your birthday with a package from China, so let's go! Hey, welcome back to the channel. So in this video we're going to take a close look at the MinisForum UM590 series. It comes with the AMD Ryzen 5900HX. But yeah, the thing is, how is the quality with these MinisForum mini PCs? Also, it comes with a completely different price tag. They also call this the Phoenix series, and I must say that you have all kinds of MinisForum models. It's quite confusing, to be honest. Let's do a quick unboxing. We do get like this very nice card saying, don't be naughty, don't remove the CPU cooler. Okay, completely understand why they added, but I'm still going to do a quick teardown. Then of course the deluxe toilet paper manuals with not a lot of information, but again, let's remove it. Let's take a close look at the PC later on. Underneath we're going to find ourselves the power supply and some necessary cabling. They send me the right cable. Alright, here everything is very short, like cheap HDMI. It also comes with a stand, so make it like a very cool way to basically display your machine. The power supply isn't a very big one, to be honest. The mini PC itself, I must say that it does come with a very nice weight to it, and the quality in general is better than I've seen with the really cheap machines from AliExpress. But overall it's like a plastic fantastic case. It's not like some metal parts are on the outside. But also we're going to do a quick overview of the connectors. But first let's talk about the specifications, because when you're looking at specs we do have different versions. So this is the AMD Ryzen 9 5900HX. Comes with AMD Radeon GPU inside, 512GB SSD, Wi-Fi support, Windows 11 Pro, but we also have the option for basically bottle zero support, and not to forget 8GB of DDR4 dual channel memory. At the front we're going to get an on-off switch, the audio jack out, then we're having like two Type-C ports, and one of them can even be used for connecting a display. Okay, another thing is at the back we do have like 4 USB ports, 2 fast ones, 3 dado and 2 normal ones, 2 HDMIs, an RJ45 Ethernet, and of course the input for the power supply. The case itself, already mentioned, is a little bit of plastic fantastic. I really love the design, it's very compact. The case design, I will give it like a 7 out of 10 when it comes to a score. Alright, so the first benchmark, well, let's take a close look at some Crash Bandicoot, the remastered edition. So we're going to use the full HD 920 by 1080, and we're just going to take a look at how far we can push it. We have like a mix of medium and low settings, and we're going to shut down the bloom effect and the ambient conclusion effect, and we're just going to take a close look how this game will run with these stack settings. Alright, you're looking basically at the FPS at the right top corner. You can see like it runs around 40 FPS. So that's basically the best that we're going to get out of the system. So what we can do basically is tweak with the settings. So let's get back to the menu. Let's see if we can go to the system settings, graphics. Let's see if we can get it to a little bit lower for fun, just to check out what we're actually going to get. Alright, so next up let's take a close look at another game I really love to always play. It's Dead Alive, a really demanding game. This is like everything goes, effects going to quality low, everything going to be setting to 1. And that's basically what we're going to do. And let's boot up a game just to see actually how it will run.
Huh? It's the time already? Well, then I better get going.
Let's get this party started!
Okay, so what you're basically going to get with Dead Alive, it's a very demanding game. Take consideration with this mini PC, we do get like an okay performance. It's 30 FPS, it's not enough basically. Personally, I don't really notice it at all when I'm basically looking at the screen itself. Alright, so let's take a close look at some gameplay of Grip. And I must say, like, when you're playing at it, you're looking at the FPS counter, the game, when it says it's actually playable with 27 up to 30 FPS. But take consideration, just wanted to see how far we can push it, like what happens if we're going to put this thing on full HD and we're going to get like maximum, let's say specifications, and is this game still playable? So you will need to do a little bit of tweaking, maybe some mix of medium-high settings. Next up, I just want to try a little bit of mini motor racing in full HD, every setting set to high. This is a game that doesn't take up a lot of, let's say, CPU, GPU power, but don't get me wrong, like, it's still quite demanding. Another game I really love to try on these boxes are Street Fighter 4, of course. But what you need to take consideration is that this isn't a very old fighting game, but it's quite still demanding. We're also going to try out Street Fighter 5 just to see what are the difference between them. But of course I think it's just a fun thing just to check out a lot of, let's say, old school fighting games.
I shall grind beneath my heel. All that exists. Are you ready? Fight! Sonic boom! Sonic boom! Sure you can.
Next up, of course, like I already said, I wanted to try some Street Fighter 5. But how is it actually going to be running on this? Take consideration, we're still playing on full HD, but we did set it up to basically like that is going to be having like medium settings.
This is the path of my destiny.
Bow down for my psycho power.
Round one. Fight!
Hadouken! Hadouken! That's what he said.
Another game I wanted to try out is Soul Calibur. Let's see how that runs. Everything high and full HD. Yep.
Blood, flesh, and souls are offered to the gods amidst deathly chants.
Unknown energy signature detected.
Then we terminate it.
I'll silence your incessant mouth forever!
Battle one.
Fight! See ya! Get ready!
Alright, so next up, let's play some PlayStation Portable. Let's see how the emulation goes on here. So the next thing we're going to do is setting everything to the maximum rendering resolution 10 times. VSync, everything is on, high. No frame skipping whatsoever. So let's see what we can get out of this box with settings like these. God of War game in combination with 10 times resolution. Is this chip powerful enough? But nope, it isn't. So we just need to set it back to 8 times or maybe 6 times to have like a great performance. But again, it's going to be like the more demanding games like God of War didn't run on 10 times resolution. Take that in consideration, but other games will run on maybe 10 times or even 8 times without any problem whatsoever. Okay, so another system I wanted to try for emulation is PlayStation 2, just to see how it will run. Yeah, PlayStation 2 is like not like very demanding when it comes to a system like this, so we should like see no problem whatsoever when it comes to emulation. But let's get into it.
You're welcome to Garibaldi!
Give me them frequent flyer miles!
Method. Now you're playing with style.
Alright, so the next game I wanted to try out is Dead Alive 3 from the Xbox Classic. I just wanted to check out how we can basically like squeeze as much as possible out of this, even with some internal 1080p resolution. Let's take a close look at some Castlevania for the PlayStation 3. Can we emulate this game on a box like this?
Die, devil! Move away! He's lying!
So that was a quick overview of all of the stuff that we can basically play on this mini box. Everything was based on Windows, take that in consideration. So let's do a quick teardown and let's take a little peek in the inside. So what I understand of is like there is no option for adding a 2.5 inch drive, so far I know, at the bottom part. The bottom plate can be removed by 4 screws, and that's the only thing that holds basically the bottom plate in place. And of course some clicking mechanisms, but not like very strong ones. When opening it up, here you can swap out the memory if you want to, like the M2, or just simply the 2 RAM modules if you want to upgrade it for bigger ones, so that can be done fairly easy. With only 1 screw you can lift out the M2 and NVMe and just basically like replace them. They also implemented an extra tiny piece of metal for giving it a little bit more cooling, and of course the dual channel memory can be upgraded. And underneath the storage what you're going to get is an M2 Wi-Fi dongle already installed. This is not the most expensive but not also the most powerful box out there. I think when you want to have like some casual like browsing, playing some basic games, it's fine, or you can make it a retro emulation beast. But that's maybe something cool for another video. Consider subscribing, hit the little bell, and it would be great to see you in the next video.